For Masaya baby, Agradaa Asiamah our sensem. That day na Afia Schwar enso say wakwa akoware. Mena bacha what to say. Afia Schwar enso say wakwa akoware. Na Councillor Lutherot aka ne nyina abom. Na wabisi bisi mu. Na ye nyina yebekwa akotie. Ne yesua bibi afiri mu aso. Senia aware etie. Ene se wo kwa aware a enema esese wunya. Any emunsem inti yebeko ne yakotie bi pamcho monya so na muntie.
Asking, is marriage truly a validation for women or not? Agradaa finally tied a knot with his able assistant. His name is nothing but Angel Asiamah, Angel Prophet Angel Asiamah. Yeah, that's the name right now. Okay.
Yes.
And he just got a thing. But right after they are married, there have been a lot of issues that we're trying to understand. And within their same type of marriage, then we also find out that Afia Schwar, who we are celebrating because she brought it out that finally she's gotten a certain man that she's enjoying. And finally, I don't know who went to touch her to tell her she's looking good after marriage. And Afia said, marriage does not validate her. There is no way that marriage can validate who she is. So we should stop those things that we keep saying. And I thought that if Afia says so, well, maybe she'll be right. Maybe she'll not be right. Because Afia Schwar, our queen, this is not her first time she's getting married. And she even promised some time ago that she was not going to get married again. And I don't know what happened that finally she changed her mind and brought marriage into the system. Well, ladies and gentlemen, maybe we might have the opportunity.
Complete woman saying, and if you are simply none of that to John, what you say, Beman, Ukraine, ya, or this in Uno and you say, one of Canon, and Franco, Napa penny warfare, and for why the end of as a video, there to Johnny be Emra, ye ba, ye bet to us. I will say a fiasha. Our jackpot, our betway. Munya crosses family Jimino and cross a former. Nebusian free mono. Yanfa worry and define you be out. We define people by their success, know who they marry and who they've married. Over Jimmy Franco. For what marriage? Do you understand what I'm telling you? I am not defined by any man's dick. Once again, I'm in a mocano. Would Jimmy know? Mokasa na mi to be ma bi na be ma me nya jo. Wa bo madam. Metumi abobra.
Agradaa say be ma na ni anya.
This is it. And this is direct from my own body. Afia 1. I don't know who went to comment on her statement that she wrote or her post. But it seems she's very upset that somebody says she's looking good and sweet after the marriage she announced in the United States of America. And some of her statements were simple. Marriage doesn't validate her and the family she belongs to. The last thing that will make them feel they are valuable is not marriage. Ladies and gentlemen, our lessons we are learning from today is that there are two schools of thought that we will all find clearly. And in our lessons that we learned about marriage, one of the most easier things that we have learned is simple, that these marriage game that we are playing.
Ebusuafo Councillor Lutherot ene kasa no ose ewawawie mu no enema mienu ana adwene eko mienu afa ane adwene bebre ko afa ne afa ebi diko sei na awarie adesua osua yesua ana okyerɛkyerɛ no emu nkyerɛkyerɛ bi na oba be kyerɛkyerɛ ne yafa de sese yefa e de efiri mu.
Women were created for marriage. And so when a woman finds marriage, she becomes validated.
Yes, ebi no mo dwen say yebo ema warie enti se obenya warie a na che se wawie peye.
But it's strange that Afia says that marriage has not validated her.
Na Afia Schwar di kan akasa no so ukọ na ebusua mu a wo ye oba na apese ye bu se wo ye oba na wawie peye a adwapade a wo ene ye de kire se wawie pepere ye na enya ware e wo no ebusuam but Ghana any nipa so ani so no ye feel say wo ware a ene waye complete wo ware ya wo wiase ne emenyina na wo ware ya onye complete enti wafi Schwar side of the story no ofu so wo adwapade bebre enti wo ware ya enye bibi ehia no obeware wo ye obegyawo Agradaa nso say me wadwapade nyina na meniku a menye complete enwie me pere ye enti me pebe ma no ama mani age enti enya school of thought mienu efa ne efa yenti Councillor Lutherot.
We can't fight her. And from the thing she said she has everything. And if it's about a man coming to sleep with her, it's easy for her to have.
Right.
So if she's happy, she's looking good. We should not attribute her current state to accepting, in quote, marriage that she has gone for.
Okay, well, if you ask wako worry aba, or so wako worry no see you, and will be better was yes, if you worry yama wife, or say debi mamon casa, and ya worry, a cabemo be di mediac minya bibri. Our rear mamma ye complete. Messi Dami di bia high me di biama, a buyer to send more down Kumasi will be one. Me a completed ada. One me busium, no yes, I knew man away. Into Yawa and Bema me complete. Where do you say, Quanchaya di bina me?
We want to learn serious lessons from Afia Schwar and Okonfo or Mama Pat Agradaa. Because Agradaa said a different thing.
Right.
Agradaa's statement is like she has everything, but the marriage has brought a different thing around her.
Yes, okay. Into Agradaa side, no, we are seeing a mini now, no, see you, but only kunu. Our bema neni agenti no onye complete if you aswanso say me wo wi ase adwapade nyina eno me ye complete me here bema ena wa mama be ye complete into two school of thoughts yesua de afrimu. Okay,
do you understand? So somebody has stepped on her tail that she's looking good because of marriage. My question is, can Afia be tattered, broken, destroyed because of marriage? Because we can bear witness to when the first marriage she had openly went south. She became devastated, and according to her own interview.
Okay, Councillor Lutherot bisa say, awari betumi ama Afia aye basa na because ye hwe na awari a odi kan na me papa brokwa ware ye na awari no munsensem pie no you could see say na Afia aye basa of course oye ne ho te say ha no but oboa e breaki no kakra ansa na wotumi get up by herself into Councillor Lutherot bisa say awari betumi breaki Afia na
that particular bad marriage broke her. So if marriage doesn't make you, how does it break you?
Into Councillor Lutherot to person or chere say ade bia etumi ma wo ho ye fe bia sa de kro na etumi san ma wo ye basa enti Afia ka say ne ho aye fe no aware entumi ma ne ho nye fa okay ade ntina abrokwa ne ni issue ne baaye no e ma ne ye basa meaning say marriage can make you and not make you.
So when you say I'm not going to teach my daughter to be validated by marriage, Oprah Winfrey in an
Ebusanfo nti o say Afia say okay into aso
So if she's using Oprah Winfrey as one of the examples that she's successful, but she tells us every time she's interviewed that she wants to get a husband. Afia says she's willing to take care of her 2 boys to go through university.
Afia, you see Oprah Winfrey na den ye example, but Oprah Winfrey so say menya bibia ba ekunu ena mepe. She say minyaware a mepe. Enti Afia ntumi nkonko use Oprah emfa na mekasa.
She also has one girl she's taking care of. As we speak now, I just seen a post that she's even going to do health insurance for free health insurance for people in Akosomo after the spillage. So she's been successful. She has 3 houses that she's bought in Accra, and she's renting, and she's making 200,000 every month. This is serious business deal. I know if you had what do you call it, water.
Okay, so if you say Bosome onya 200,000. If you not done ya they are rent ukumase na nkran in the business that oye into with to Councillor Lutherot no a business, but question then say it make you complete ana unya sa nneoma ni nyina na wo ware ya wo ye complete ana. If you say yes, another school of thought to say no. If you say only the school of thought say unya ware a why complete ne be ya adwene ana, because I say oh ye de gu yasu na me ware. Also why complete? Why do you need marriage? Aden na umpe say na wo kan say unya be ma benye bi edi no o ha adwene.
A water company that was producing water, she even donated, I could have mentioned her too for our foundation. Afia Schwar, thank you for your support. She also donated water to us when we're doing the that Afia Schwar, who has attempted marriage once, and I remember she pulled a smart one on all of us. We came to comment and we're excited she's married because she said she'll never marry again. There's nothing in marriage. This is the first time she's saying it.
Araba says Councillor Lutherot, aden na ampese obeketwi. We okay twi ake ekoye nim. Dia ne brofo na da. Monga twi ne enkoye nim na enko baby.
But what we are saying now, is she really married? If she's married, with what she's saying, whoever paid the bride price, will it hurt the person? Because they are all focusing on work. I have houses. I have this. I have.
Osi Afia nsema wo keken. Eye no krese waware. Na se waware a be man na waware no obe feel sen. Because Afia ne Agradaa nyina no kope me wo we me nya we me wasase me wo dan me sisi dan me chewe dan chese me wo cars. Omo nyina no kope. And omo ware de omo see so omo ware the same day. And omo kasa ne nsoso no enkope.
I have that. Could it be one of the reasons why their marriages are not working?
Because ebetumi aye reason ti a Agradaa na Afia nyina oma ware enyina na because omu dwa omanum me wadan me wo weyi me wo cars me wo sei ebetumi aye nyina so nti a ware no enyina na ebetumi aye possible. Agradaa side there, yes, ebetumi aye possible. Me Agradaa side I can confidently say sa nneoma no na ama Agradaa nya aware because oni ahobrase ofuso wo sa nneoma ni nyina nti wiase eye ne dia into oni ahobrase ene wo se wo bre ne ho ase ahye poor opportunistic guy biase ye hwe de be kwa wie.
In the first place, as we are speaking, we'll be going to Agradaa too and hear what Agradaa too said. Because the adequacy of a woman doesn't complete her. And it was in the voice of Afia Schwar.
Right.
Oh, yes, Queen says, Ayadeng. So there's a need of a sexual desire that must be fulfilled in their life too as well.
So you are not complete.
And she never debunked the fact that she's not married. So if somebody has gone to pay the bride price of Afia Schwar, then I don't know. Those of you,
according to Councillor Lutherot, Afia Schwar say our man ye complete, Ejapade man ye complete. But Afia Schwar ke we are say me pebe me bia bidimia me tumi akopi bi ana me ti obi kanwa bedimi. Meaning say sexually no hia bibi afa wase e che say wonye complete okro da wo hia bema. Still say wo hia bema, why do you have to pay somebody to come and sex you?
Some of you who are married, have you lost your value? comparing you, the married one, with the single ones who are coming. Should we blame you people the things you tell the unmarried people? Is it because you don't understand where you are? Is it like those of you who are married are comparing yourself to the unmarried? Now, if married is that bad, why has Afia Schwarzenegger attempted or in it? And is it wrong for somebody to say you are looking beautiful after marriage? Because people look up.
It's Councillor Lutherot, any Afia Schwar because se marriage bad, aden or kuma no asanku bim or ko ye man no asanku bim. Meaning say marriage bibia me fear complete, but a fear and value that marriage no. Intina de bia no koswa no a free no abano. Okay.
So I don't know. Yes. But is marriage a validation for women? And for where I sit, and by what I have read, so far what I have studied, to be honest with you, I have come a long way to believe that by the creation mandate of God, women were created for marriage.
Councillor Lutherot say, "Adia wakai esuyehu awehu ni nhwehwemu no wo ni nyina o de baby say ma na disua awesua to be a counselor any enioma wafemu na an experience nkofo nsem no aba bi hu say ye bo ma ma aware as a counselor na sem obeka ne say ye bo ma aware bonsam pacho to say."
So when a woman finds marriage, she finds total fulfillment.
Okay.
So when another woman comes to say that there's no validation in marriage, I get confused.
Okay. Into what baby because our real mawu enwie peya na why confused because obenya warrior na nije pa e ma ne ho tono ne ho bai no obe bibi popa ma onye hie ni aware etume ma ne ho tono Agradaa mi we ska mi we hwe onye small boy no opportunistic guy no a poor opportunistic a guy no onye no hwe wadani school girl ni nyina ati aba form by force ni behavior ati aba form ni bibia ati aba form.
The fact that you are able to pay the fees of your own children without their father, the fact that you are able to pay rent without a man, yes, could be that your business is booming. But business and marriage, are they the same?
No.
Could it be that because Queen Afia Schwar will get married and will still accommodate this man in her house? Is that a reason? What's the name of her daughter? Tracy Bwachi. Tracy Bwachi is married. And ever since Tracy Bwachi got married, I think most of the things that she does, the loudness, the whatever, Tracy's in the news, Tracy's like, the only time you see Tracy is with a quiet husband, and they are cruising with their children, going somewhere. But she's married. So the validation Afia Schwar is talking about, the confirmation Afia Schwar is discussing, the clarity Afia Schwar is given to us to believe that marriage means nothing until a woman is successful. Should it be the answer? Should it be the way out? Shouldn't we really educate our daughters to have the desire to marry?
Or say Afia Schwar ensema woka no enye ense ono de tu ono no ohun ni se ensem papa enye nyina so esese ye detete ye ma ofie because ye hwe Afia Schwar na wo se ne ba ne Tracy Bwachi a ye hu se Tracy na ni din ni nam news mu bebre but worry ye no say so oni ni kun ne quiet guy na wanya no ubehu om no mo ni om mapie om nam ha om cruise like om ye ni om twa pictures like videos which means ni din no every system oku different level enti no oni Afia Schwar enhye da enya adwene me so sa
or we should just educate them because Afia Schwar is very influential, very. She even puts on camera. She's lying down and talking about the dog in her house, and she's hitting more numbers than I'm hitting.
Right.
So she has.
Also, Afia Schwar influential or kasa ekwechiri nipa hwe no nipa tie no nensem power. Why it is Agradaa otumi da ho keke na oye life nkofo be ba behwe no nti wo ka ne nsem bi a yentumi nyina so mfentu emofrafo a ase etumi ade a ha adwene kakra nti no such people no was a nsem omo ba out should be ade a eye papa esese ye ka kire nkwala enye bibi a all kan to agu bi apɛ ne baby afa keke
impact on society. But the question is marriage a validation or a certain form of validation for women? Well, I mean, you might be right, Bell. Some would think that she will not, she should.
Or send a question I would to Joanne say, Yenina, ye tini say, Yakase awaria. Ewe ma side no. Awaria ne ma ye oba, ana enya awarie. Awarie ne mi who say why you complete and enya awarie. Yenye fia shweni say, unware ya, you okay, you are still complete. Ana uwaria ena we complete.
She shouldn't be the right person to say this. Because others too are, and if you count the people who are going through bad marriages compared to those who are enjoying marriage, I believe that honestly, from the work I do, a lot of people are enjoying marriages than those who are not enjoying.
Also, am I in Afia Schwar because say Ghana anyway as men ye di adanse. Ushe ema akwa wariem any oma omuko bad marriage mo so omejaya. Omo wa wariem no eye mo esi omo mako omejaya no. Meaning say awarie ye. Inti me Afia Schwar enkanesa. So Afia Schwar should not be the best person. Ese so educating nipa efa ne sa ansemo because oba or the only bad marriage in eba be educated instead of omo woman na eye good no be kasa no ba obe polutu enkrofo adwene. Sister Grace atobi mechia.
Honestly speaking, I think that one of the reasons why people will not find themselves in marriage is because they believe that to be on top there is the best, is the like, yeah, well, and if you said it right, in their family, marriage is not a validation. It is what property you have in Kumasi, Accra, Sunyani, and elsewhere. And that is Afia Schwar for you. But once Afia Schwar said this, she came up to congratulate Mama Pat. Agradaa to be precise. And it was a good congratulation to us. And
hallelujah. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah. Into your banner the side of Afia Schwar. Was it when you we are seeing a minion and when you are okay? On the bush and it, you are in found corre. Yaba Agradaa side, I was Afia Schwar bema Agradaa, congratulations. Na aware ma anya complete ade na kan je sa agra wako bebre mu wa 5 obi ana ne papa na ade na wunya because wo wiese ne emenyina but oba be congratulate no meaning say aware ye ohun ye no no so se wedding gown si ase wo ko ware anafia na so se aware nye hwe na wo kwen be me bi no mpa yere we entie
ase ne dai ye gira Kristo Yesu
ame wo boy
abrantie bia ne ho fi beduru ho na wa fa na sha kire na odi na twa nsuo no o se abrantie ya wa yama minti ube hu na dane awaleye amen bonsam kase masam no prophet angel Asiamah, he came here as a pastor. Na waba som osomopa na Agradaa so asene ni mo nyam abusuya sene me ni kunu gina ha de ye kan se ye da wo suru ti asefo no ase
Agradaa Mama Pat, Mrs. Asiamah to be precise. Now, listening to both sides, Mama Pat says, "Bema so kwawari pa eye." And looking at herself, she has all that it takes. She has the money, she has the houses, she has the business, she has workers, just like Afia Schwar. But Agradaa says she has been validated by marriage. Who are we listening to?
Osi nipa be nu ya omo we Agradaa so we ase ne eme nyina but oniku onye complete because onya be ma na ni age Afia Schwar so we ase ne eme nyina nto ono de ofo se oye complete o ma mienu ahwe o mo ye okay ade na onye complete kaza it was say o mo mienu hwan ne ye ntie no hwan ne ye nyinini Agradaa and Afia Schwar Broskoto chiao
And Agradaa has proven to us that after marriage, there's a change in her life.
Oboa. Kaza it was we the oboa Agradaa wari we change bi eni na brabum. Eye watch the gata fe no omo di omo ho kakra nti we no eye everyday edi into onya time ya no wabre we abemu atopan nti abemu atopan ya na emu edi wo be wie na ice wabre kakra se woda nti woda onya time me life aka kakra bi atopan no get used to it obeba well no we abemu ade no maduro fe be di no enu bia aha nti o get used to obeba we nye bibia ye bia counselor on se san ye bia aboa.
A lot have gone on after this marriage of the two of them. The senior pastor or the spiritual father of Agradaa, according to her, the Archbishop Danso has made a statement. And the statement was disrespecting the word of your father will kill you quicker than you can imagine.
Archbishop dancing
Disrespecting the words of your father will kill you quicker than you can imagine. I've heard Osofu Kumchacha coming to explain a lot of reasons why Asiamah is wicked, is a traitor, so that this thing that the two of them are doing is not worth it. Now, I have tried for 2 days to get details.
Also, what is a sofu Benny dancing akasafa awari and hukum chacha so kum chacha so akasafa or no so nasi be 2 days say or yen shishemu afa hum inti yenti de ono so edeba.
So I hear Asiamah has just one child who is 9 years. I hear that Asiamah is a fashion designer with workers. And the ex-husband of Mama Pat, Eric, who was formerly married, Pastor Eric, who was formerly married to Agradaa, is the one sitting with a junior pastor who was in the wife's church. The issue here is, I have tried to ask those who are close and nobody seems to have an answer. That what type of marriage were the two of them practicing?
Traditional.
Was it a fiawadie, quartawadie, or what? Because based on that, then the number of months that Agradaa and the husband marriage occurred, going to marry again in the law court, the time is not yet up because by law, the divorce certificate gives you right to enter into the system after a year legally.
Ose embra kwan so no obisasa Agradaa ne Pastor Eric omu ware efie court ana ehe because ye court wa amamre court mbra ekire se certificate na ye de be ma divorce certificate ye de ma wa e ma wo hu kwan se ware ntentem saa enti na obisa na Agradaa na adwen da ho enti na omo ye tradition Asiamah die omo sha we minimum so omo kosensan ya Asiamah should be smart na omo kosensan yes obekọ te se ne Eric ko ye na.
So I don't know whether it was because he had the name Sanko. You see, Walibio. Where they are married, no matter what they fear.
They say fear it doesn't permit you to marry the next week.
Ever since they came to social media with this marriage thing, all I saw was me kuna be fie, and the fear was Agrada's house. So Pastor Eric has been married to Agradaa, practicing the fetish then, and was living with Agradaa in Agrada's house. Right. Is that what it is?
And that is what the Asiamah is doing too.
So is it like after the divorce, Agradaa has sacked Pastor Eric?
Right.
Is that a story?
And we'll bring you another in.
Because we are looking at the validation of women in marriage and follow the conversation. Afia Schwar's first marriage with Abrokwa was in her house. And when it didn't work, sack Abrokwa out of the house. Mama Pat Agradaa was married to Pastor Eric. In those times, he was doing the Shigagari, whatever it is. We realized that the marriage didn't work. And Agradaa is still in that same nice house, very nice house with all the cars. And Pastor Eric is gone.
I remember my analysis na cancel Lutherot egusu awoye. Osi Afia Schwar ware me papa brokwa de ne kotena onu Afia Schwar na afie. Aware na anye yi opamo me papa brokwa. Agradaa nso ware so for oduro kranting. Ene ne tena onu ani fie anye yi no opamo so for oduro kranting. Does it mean say omo ne ko ware ba na medical ka che mo say na me tu Asiamah fo bi se Asiamah Agradaa apene so se ware no se me ye wo futufu aka meka kire wo se ko high chamber ho pe mattress ko tum fa wo bag ko si ho adana mo be ware na nadwene ni Agradaa empie se mo ko baabi mu du ho abie wo pon ka se maame ene me na maware wo enti aha na me de wo beda ne ntina chamber ho no mu na wotwe mienu miensa ansa na ube movie a we movie na daachi wanfa ani watem daachi oka obeka se miku ware me odi miku ni fie mitu self yo mintie cancel Lutherot de oba beka yentie no so na me be ya adwen se ka ese Asiamah eye single room mu na no wo mpo ese ko de as Agradaa ekoho se ne maame ni behu se me ko en me ko da efom na me pe na me force wo ne twen ne betena me fie but hey wenye futufo yentie.
So the validation of the woman Afia will be talking about, that they have power to own what they own. There comes where right now, after all their powers, they accommodate the men in their homes.
Right.
As they don't want them anymore, they discharge them out of their house. So a house is created by the man, and a home is made out of the house by the woman who is married. But in this case, I am still asking, what type of marriage were they in? Was it traditional marriage? If it was, then it's gone. If it was a legal marriage, was the property where Agradaa lives, was it part of the alimony after the divorce? Have they gone to that target? Is Agradaa holding a certificate of divorce, which gives her license to marry again?
Papa, and how be ne kasa bebre no omo ware efia ware enti Agradaa ni mo se ne neoma ne so ye ne dia Agradaa odi court akoten school no onko was in lawyer before betu amane we ko police station akwa court akwa enti Agradaa school no onko nka ho emra no wesuesua bebre enti oba bonten na obekasa na wabobọ ne neoma before obesa aki oduru krante na wabobọ ne menyina atoto ho no adane dane ni nwapade ni dia mememe ma ne bede o mamadin atoso oduru ba onya hwe waye na ade nyina wi ha ho na ye fie nso aware enti oduru kwa awoko ha hu bebe Asiamah kwa awakoi Agradaa jabo mo mpo mo da so na Asiamah betumi enye bi edwapade ni nyina ne medin ne gugu so Asiamah enye hwe no de beko ha hu.
The law in Ghana, which is what we believe in the exchanging of vows between the two of them they were practicing, in the presence of a minister, I saw the marriage being contracted either in the sitting room of Agradaa, I don't know, but that's what I saw by the videos I've seen. I can't play all the videos.
Wow.
And I saw a minister of God in full clerical.
Yes. Sikentia.
helping them to exchange vows. I've not seen them signing a certificate, and I don't want to see to believe they are married. But if the minister of God really went into Agrada's house to go and assist them to exchange vows in her sitting room, to his church's register, because I'm yet to believe that.
Church register be now can say church so the woman there near form adodo. Ebusuan for me mama no me papa no. Ka say church to say wo hu isofo a obo clerical wa grade Afia wa okoboa na o ma exchange o ma totototo o ma no we aka bi agu we so we aka bi agu we so obi adi nturagu ne nyonko so say si wo na betete ye ntem medo me yese eni nyina ye ntro eduru so aba akudwane ba akoya no wa bra utumi de wo ka wa to no okọ eye normal esisis wo fie bebre mo ye ntro ye kanekwa anonsem no obisa say na sofo no wafa na sorry register na akoso omunkosan na cancer I put it to sofo no ni asore pache obo clerical without a church na ye ha ho na ye nkoye nim.
Agrada's 2 years of marriage has been gazetted to receive marriage in her church. Mind you, for you to be able to officiate marriage, it's not because you are a pastor in Ghana. For you to be able to officiate marriage, you need to be gazetted by the state. Your premises must be licensed. Fire service, AMA, TMA, KMA, you go through a
say na sorry a woko ye no say na so for common gazette ayi na sorry ntino marriage certificate na enye papa wa ye ni bibia wie de na ko na enye papa marriage certificate dem say praise be ni Methodist ni assemblies money ade o marriage certificate na ye powerful o wo de dey na yeko na wa ko bokle also for ha na sorry na ye ne hwe oni church mpo or kwa bless obi ono say me ye conform ato asore dan enti me yes of into owi Agradaa de beye no say sofo wo ba ye hu masore kra ye masore dan ye mo hye wo na nya aka ape obeye ne nansen ya cancer ha ho wo yusu ni wi a obeye ne nansen ya ha ho wate answer ye nko ye ni me ha ho bebre
to a lot of rudiments.
Obi say be shock o say wo be ko mu no na so for no buy na Agradaa boys ne ba akwa. It's possible. Agradaa the Sister Ruth Adomakwet.
Rules. Then your church is licensed to the extent that a church 100 meters away.
Also for catching say we date masasa cross so for ne penity no was Sunday date. Any assembly so for the omope church members ni nyina because I sorry me say na minim lady bi okonyi ni nyinsa egui. Yes, a Sunday date in ye told the ko 6 months o hwedin sis ne be so na fu apie eno koyi ni nyinsa. I know it's wrong, but then it happened to her. Obi ka say konyi mansa no wa baba say obeware. And as for sesa date and as share 2 weeks 1 month be as date wo be complain me say 6 months. Obu a whole year wo be twen. Na woni twen ho ma be da ware. Woni twen ho wo be da ware. Aware enye gidigidi o. Eye boko. That
is not licensed. Can use your place as a center for marriage. Anytime a marriage is contracted in the house and you see a judge asking a registrar to carry the marriage register to the homes of people, by law, I am still studying that particular document that is illegal. Garden weddings are illegal. Hotel weddings are illegal. Beach weddings are illegal. Because the law under the Cap 127 says the marriage must be contracted by a licensed gazetted man. The premises must be licensed like a church. No hotel.
How be Agradaa ni munyansa on fesia menko baby obe committee ne ho debi mama obapa gifts. I had wedding in Ghana many years ago and took and to get a Methodist marriage certificate, you need to have KMA marriage certificate first. Mama, on fa procedure be Agradaa. Onye Jimmy Fu, we be se man or some cofa so for no me bless or a heya mammy. Ne do so baby as of any general no begin apa ke Asiamah. Na so do granting the no any saying Asiamah the no any so be boni kufie ku Asiamah ni dimirika.
Hotel has been licensed for marriages. No beach in Ghana has been licensed for marriage. No event center has been licensed for marriage. No park has been licensed for marriage.
Timo amujine beach park so Afia yen license say for marriage no yesi mu de ni nyina fake monko gina sorry dem say ni ko gina asori aya register mu presby asori da memware o presby asori dem presby Methodist assemblies asori ya she de court agiatum sa ha de mu betumi aware asori ya ebeka be 1 month or some few weeks biano ye bed now so ami ehu se nkrofo we be ware yo na nya na ohimane Agradaa issue nya be 2 months ni me pam cho mo de na mo de tare abonti because em say court kra ye mawo a former obi wo issue with her wo de to se mekaya wo de bo asori dan nanim any public places said there be ya obi wo issue with our na obetumi akokoto amakoto and we say no, this kind of marriage my problem is me boana me kaisi ya mami say it was about like 3 or 4 wo the bebo public places ba ko ya sorry dan nanim and ba ko ye public places nipa behu and we say momo ba be ware into wo asem bi ka wo ho a fabra na beka enye sa after this day no uni hwe ya obetumi aka fa ho me boana mamu ware yen if se mo court pa na mo ware wa sorry dem after court o ko register wo ye maw a form now they have to tally ho so no be e wase mo ba beka Agradaa die oni ohima case be 2 months ni ono anso so for Benny dancing 1 month ago no delay no intimi time ben ena eya aware ena omo court ena court ma omo that notice omo tumi de bobo places enke na Facebook abe Facebook wo bam netare u page ho ana wo oni on Agradaa be ware this day wa wo ho asem ke bia no tumika na court na koka enti wa anya okay or say the court give 21 days thank you me refi I check account me refi but they gave me a letter like a form me refi and I made titare ho into that notice no send mama ba pa yaka no Agradaa enya biana into proper aware no you go through a process ho enya 1 month na o so forecast enya abotira wa begimi o share
In Ghana,
me say me ye maami bi
not to talk about home.
I think Ufia nim what sorry dan nim apart from church making announcements edemo chere no what sorry nim Ufie area wote public places ni petai ko ho pa out mo say notice the bo na ni pani boss wa de o wasem bia beba ye de kobobo ho to na high concert say
because you see if you want to marry register carefully the venue where you married is on the register.
Right.
The time when they were signing must be on the register.
Right. You're right.
The minister in charge who has been gazetted. Who
was saying Nina swore they can say baby ani ware ni say wo marriage certificate in the sono. Utro baby a ware Ebia me ware wo Presbyterian Church of Ghana Fisher congregation. Me ma sorry I'm married. A friend of Fisher congregation. Into ebia Fisher ebia say into wo baby a wo ware ye na sorry ni din no ye be church ye nka Agradaa home or house congregation. It's never like that. What I say into software men for paper bi enko Agradaa Afia omo inside because nya paper bia ne paper I read any certificate bia me se wo ko file de obi aba abroche se wo ku na wo bedu American embassy bachelor the certificate
who has been given the value books.
They didn't. Thank you. Also, Davy said, did they go for counseling? And counseling is not just 2 weeks and now 1 month. And yet just 2 weeks or 1 month. A counselor is almost smart. One more time, Nina, no mash down so the new master will ask you they study in a can be chill, but they science study. They didn't.
Sign and stamp.
Also, she even called herself Mrs. before putting the ring on. Or the ring in Asia Siama was say, Mrs. Patricia Siama. So for Nankasana a yikano. Onye only any license. So obey blessing will be marriage. What you say? We only pano you full name. Akosia nyante chua asumedu mensa dieben. Answer now the ring in action because after all the process, and you be declare say I declare them Mr. and Mrs. So and so. But all the other ring in a question no. Ubo din say from Mrs. Next why you Mrs. no dada. Answer now the ring in a crab beshe. Emu or rem. Open them to
So this question.
Papa.
The man of God that came to officiate the marriage between Agradaa and the junior pastor.
Already feel so be na so for na somonsa no apeja monsa e declare my husband and wife. Come on, efe. Na den ready.
Was it fully us?
Also Agradaa so a marriage counsel.
Or they did the right thing and were giving us camera tricks.
Because it's
a big man.
I will surely catch up with them.
Whether he was paid to do it, I have no problem with that.
Paid.
Because it was a service he was rendering. When you go to TMA, you go to AMA, you go to KMA, wherever you go, you pay. So when a pastor charges you to officiate your marriage, I'm not against it. It's a service they are rendering. No, I'm not against that. But I'm against when a pastor can leave his house and go to the house of another woman or man to go and sign marriage certificates for them and exchange vows. Naomi. It limits your power of gazettation.
Or say phobia. Eba be shira wa wari so ama oni problem no obeji uska because eye services eye dwuma no obe amount ohia so obeji ska because uko am mini km a uji sika omutua ska wo honom na emomo ya against say wo sofo a ni monyamfo a etese wo na wo be free wa asore be ko obi fie akose so sorry, there was a counseling in my church ICGC is 6 months and you'll be introduced to the church 2 weeks before marriage. Ayo. I wonder how Agradaa sorry. You need to go through a process.
Because your gazette cannot operate outside the licensed premises.
Also, so for no say, or your gazette that ya jina tumu e wo mremu so obetumi ahira ware so a say mra na ma wo ho kwan say ko obi fie won ko shekawa wo traditional one obetumi akobom pa ya ma but exchange wedding rings no you can't do that outside the premises na wa register e wo where you know or license and so no so it's also for anyway Agradaa de no enye papa ni bia Facebook show what I say into na papa ni bia yanko counselor na ha ho kra.
That's what I'm saying, that it could be that what we saw on social media was just something for the cameras.
Thank you.
But they could have gone to court, declared a 21 days ban, and if they declared it, unless the marriage between Agradaa,
Madam Fubi Wari wo mu fie. What process in 2007? Ye wo hono na omo ye traditional one ni wie ye omo be no right there na umutu ka no mudi mirika na ka no ne sofo ni no call back to the court. E ko finish a process no e wo hono whilst ye twen to omo wie no omo buy to omo 15 na no omo and now so say they are now, you know, Mr. and Mrs. So and so. And then your church, na ye omo mu fie like omo ye wo enue biase because omo na omo pay location, but yet no omo ansign wo ho omo tu ka ko AMA eko sign buy and ye train I mean be like getting to 2 hours. But omo buy because baby I will sign a certificate ne din necessary what license and so. To one faudi ufi din shesu ti esa mo kona mo koye wo hoba. Ade no man for certificate na mo mamro mo duana se no man sign because duana se no so for no posi no license so enya no neguso. I am the
And Pastor Eric was not a legal marriage.
I say, baby, try and get the program Natina did with the woman from their hometown. It was powerful. Get and do a program on it. Mpacho sa won. Mpacho ya na wa share mame. I say Agradaa is fake also for mame, and everything about her is fake. Mpacho ya na wa share mame.
Because if it was a legal marriage, the declaration, the 21 days with declaration, could have been fought.
Because
Agradaa declaring that she's single is within 6 months. And it's unfortunate.
Declares why you're single. You last month beginning of last month. Declare single patcho. And yes, and fem sex. And fem 2 could and fem 3 months patcho. So there's so far no we raise Agradaa kwechiri sa. E me pepa na ni wu no patcho. Nenim guasie we me pepa. Says the okan waka no do. Asofu pa.
That immediately she declared she was single, according to herself. When immediately she declared she was single, then the junior pastor had boldness to come and propose to her.
Say a setup. And in
a previous conversation, the husband was not comfortable with the junior pastor's relationship with the wife.
Thank you. Meaning there was something going on.
Saying the junior pastor was interested in the wife. Nobody can stop Agradaa from marrying anything she wants to marry.
Right. But
the right to discuss what she has done, that has gone into books. It's a lesson that we want to learn from. Because the junior pastor has been there, according to Agradaa, 2 years as a junior pastor. The husband, we all know from the beginning, was with Agradaa, supporting her too when she bought the church. And Agradaa made it clear to us that she bought the church because of the husband. And the husband was following some other senior pastors and refused to do the church that she bought with her money. So if they went to sign in court,
they didn't.
And they declared 21 days, then maybe Eric and Agrada's marriage was a traditional marriage.
If they declare 21 days, and the 21 days, no, declare now Pastor Eric will fear and declare 21 days, no, because Pastor Eric will call and enjoy you. 21 days, no, or declare ya no tia wariase, counselor, or tia wariase no declare say nima. But even if na ye traditional kra, no kreni nyamie unto me nye sadie no ye no.
There was nothing we were supposed to share. It means that Eric was married to Agradaa, and Agradaa made all the work for herself. This is where Afia Schwarzenegger's validation comes into the scene. So they control what time is it. You don't control what time is it. It is they who have married you. Right. And they can sack you anytime. Because in a conversation, Agradaa says the husband has tamed her down. She's no more going to insult on Facebook. She's no more going to do all those things she does again. But she was married and was doing what she was doing.
Thank you.
So the previous
Agradaa Becca say, Nikun wa warrior wokunu nti wo make didi atemu Facebook biem. But first na no didi atem na yembia na onware ya na wa ware nso no di atem. Edien na asesa. Na bu na omu nikun dada na. Ana edien na asesa. Counselor, owo kun dada no no ni Asiamah ne nam ne Asiamah tene nchen no tutu din frewe zoom lion frewe you abobo ya frewe we camouflage
That's Pastor Eric, who was a husband. Who was she submitting to? How difficult is it to control, manage a woman who you are living in a house as a husband? When a woman is the one paying the bills, how difficult is it to tame her down and move with her as a wife?
Also, what your bema na oba na etua o bills. Mimi mpacho ete saying I mean you amaje also. Na oba na pay bills na e den na abete me ne. Sa line yo be didi be ni dance atemi. Ayembia na Asiamah na ho. Asiamah to me temi Agradaa. Debi. Emri bi ni audio baako a ono ebeye ne live baako. O se metia Asiamah e mo report ma amai. Aya fufure ontia no na ye kakra obetia no why na be report amani biem. O say she was submitting to small boycott here or payere no or submitted to a atopa.
So then Eric becomes the wife.
And Agradaa
I'm driving to a lesson.
Yes, we are learning.
Now Agradaa makes it clear that she's rich.
Also is skinny. Yes.
She knows what time is it.
You know.
The marriage between Agradaa and Eric went down the drain, and she said she was single. Marrying the junior pastor in the Thanksgiving service of Agradaa, Agradaa says this guy has been faithful to her in the ministry. And because of his faithfulness for 2 years, this guy deserved to be compensated with this marriage. That is
Asiamah you faithful a man for 2 years. Into obession and nimunyama nature so be wareno. Hey, sani ware.
A good thing. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
A lot of people have served and they have never been compensated. But could it have been that Asiamah who was not married before, according to Agradaa, Asiamah has one child. Asiamah is a designer who sews and has workers. And Asiamah is being paid 2,000 Ghana cedis every month in the church.
Yeah, marriage of condition, marriage of appreciation, marriage of convenience.
The sustenance of the marriage is not my worry. But the immediate elevation of a junior pastor to marry the senior pastor so they can run the ministry is my worry. Honestly. As I said, Nana Agradaa has the right to marry anything she wants. And under the law,
I love your thing.
She can go to the law court to marry anybody she wants to marry, even the person, as long as the person is above 18. So when Asiamah she is younger, 40, and Agradaa is older than Asiamah. Yes, that one is a record. Asiamah has one child, Agradaa has more than one child. 5. Asiamah is not financially sound. If you are doing comparison between Asiamah and Agradaa, what she says. Asiamah is a designer who sews dresses and has a shop.
Asiamah di nso Agradaa na abeka so ye designer workshop ne nkwala. Odru no ton cars ebe awie no odru o da fie se nanka. Enti we di Asiamah di minim se ne obeda. Udro da ase na nka dia ene eyi Asiamah beda se eyi owa ya bobọ keshiri owa eyi na nka ya bobọ keshiri di ato ne so na ebia ai.
But Agradaa has never posted a Asiamah shop before.
But
pays Asiamah 2,000 Ghana cedis, and they are married now as Mr. and Mrs. And an officiating minister in his clerical went to their home to officiate it. If it was not that they have finished what they are supposed to do in the law court, and officiating minister just came to do for the cameras, then the man has been fooled. The servant of God has been fooled.
Dear servant, Kurana, what can be an ayako say, Massa, servant of God be a Oka, I'll say amen, hallelujah, amen, ne Jumano no, or Jejahum, so for Savior, also a promising, or Momudimi Refi.
They have fooled the servant of God.
I'm laughing like Umiwa.
They have made a fool out of Nyaminipa.
Oh, themselves.
They have.
Themselves.
But my worry here is Asiamah, who has immediately become prophet, reverend, apostle, angel, all of a sudden, after marriage.
Thank you.
Where is Asiamah carrying Agradaa to?
To the pit.
Because according to Asiamah, their whole family is disturbed.
The whole family, okay,
That he has not married yet.
Or see Asiamah say nebusuafo disturb ni sa den no nware ye. Asiamah say mechiri ba ware 8 years nie. Mechiri ba mienu aware 2 years nie. Enti me Asiamah na minim die enti a minya ware ni bi. Say na nyame na ehhye mama party ato wa ma me. Asiamah wouldn't throw.
So everybody's asking, when are you getting married? Asiamah
no him.
Asiamah
toy boy.
Asiamah and while they are doing Asiamah has 9-year-old child, and it is on record. Say according to Asiamah sheni ye papa. Asiamah shab of ready ye papa. With a 2,000 years, Asiamah takes. But Asiamah is on record to be said, say, Kawana Agradaa where the entire dear, Bibia, so Tuyan, but Agradaa say, Neniji ena ebusuane hwehwe. Enti Asiamah di coconut bako kraba ebusuane ji amalenya ni peace of mind.
Contradiction.
Yeah. So it's not about who paid whose bride price.
It's about happiness.
And let's note it all. Because Zandi Kamel's issue cannot be repeated again in this country.
What Zandi
Kamel went through with Kanija cannot be repeated again.
It's going to be repeated.
It cannot be repeated.
Oh, it be repeated.
We cannot sit down and see the same thing coming and smile to it.
Yeah, we are going to smile. We are already smiling.
Agradaa made it clear to us that they are married. They've come to tango. They are wearing the rings. Asiamah, where are you going to live with your wife? I am asking you.
Me cry me tuni for second chamber and hall. Omo da so da udro kranten panisu. Me kaso unko pe chamber and hall. We dey free counseling o. Menye counselor o. Enso me tu self we say won ko pe chamber and hall. And then na counselor eke bie no. Marilyn, dear mekan na counselor eke bie say Asiamah he na ado yere ko. Oni baby ako. Omo bra.
Because if your senior pastor wants a boy, always a boy.
A boy. Thank you. Once a boy, always a boy. What kind of credit? But they are not what kind of credit. Once a boy, always a boy. A boy. Asiamah kami kunkwa na no so. Oye na kola. Asiamah yakola. O say Asiamah so yakola.
Once a boy, always a boy. The ex-husband of Agradaa is your senior pastor. Yeah. You know about that. And was married to your current wife.
When was the last time I was there? Angel Asiamah, Akoni page, Akocho Bibida. When was the last time? Alma Hubi. Some knew about 4 Korean Toka, and I knew we create Kuma. What was an angel? Akoni page, Akocho Bibi. He will never do that. Because many Benjamin Toka,
Oyakola. Kedim, Ketobo, Oya day. Tobo, Oya day.
Because many Benjamin Toka, Oyakola. You don't have to. Because many Benjamin Toka, Oyakola. You don't have to. He will never do that. Because many Benjamin Toka, Oyakola.
Asiamah Yakola. Once a boy, always a boy.
They've had children together. And he never, by what we have seen, and I stand to be corrected, lived in a house with Agradaa that belongs to him. In all the videos, in all the elegance, in all the expensive things we see, it's Agrada's house, Mifie. And truly speaking, after the fall of their marriage, she's there. My brother, Asiamah. Yes, when you come body air, she and that was sensuous to their womb. And I'm about, you're careful. Only a Asiamah were there, a quarter were there, what sign. As I say, also, Mrs. Asiamah. Now, Mrs. Asiamah come out here, didn't tell me. Mama Patricia Samoa, Mantida, say Pastor Eric Dinda also. Let us say, what do you fear? Now, what could you see? I did Asiamah, but I be a whoosh, said, well, Japadi now, I had done and cow, then will be a 2 for now. Or because I was young, now what is Jayaka, what you when I see Asiamah and Toby Bio, Mamma share. Now, one friend is so America and Summer and to see echo. What is a Asiamah to what's the so? One day I tell you more. One so come and see you soon can't because I said more. What's it now? Casade Dio. And Korani will party what now fear or no power pamuno. No, Emma. Because when nearby Gia, my fear shall see some okay validation. I quite Chinaga. I will talk about Asiamah or not. Until you da ben na wo go ukrufie. Me catch Asiamah. If you live in the house of Agradaa, this marriage will suffer and it will affect the church.
Da ben no kwen. Da ben no kwen. Agradaa kwen. Da ben Asiamah na nkasa ebe ware Agradaa oti Agradaa ni fie dada. Na unim o ma hwehwe ai se wo counseling no. Ba ko wo ho no mu a wakohu so for mami Agradaa na uduro kranten wo nti uduro kranten wie no na Asiamah etwen wo boys quarters nti uduro kranten fi ho na Asiamah pushi ko ho ai oni be bi ho ko ha ho
Asiamah, hear me. Your new position as a husband to the general overseer of the church doesn't elevate you to become a senior pastor immediately. No.
Thank you. But they say they are elevating. No, more. Hey, say ni post no the angel Asiamah. Say so the Reverend Prophet Angel Asiamah. Marriage, you know. Ama na ye reverend by force. Ama na ye prophet. Marriage not ama. Neni swati ma say counselor. Utu okura ohu baby ama amiti o. Ohu baby a sama pom so papa wu a wote. Ohu bibia marriage no. Agradaa etoto no. Ama ne hu baby a by force into the prophet. Hey.
No. No way.
A shifting cultivation. No way. A shifting cultivation.
No way, Asiamah.
And your court.
No matter how much, because Mama Pat says that the reason why he gave you access to marry him here was because your boldness in coming to say, I love you. To see the brothers, sisters to come and say,
oh, Debbie. that Agradaa propose actually Asiamah dada o. De bia ne nsem Asiamah nyi akemeware no. Asiamah di say akemeware no. Enye Asiamah no so akemeware na Asiamah say ene say me age no kra de metumi adi nko ade mfa ho. Ene da ne casing Agradaa boa meboa. Agradaa meboa. Nyamuti studio wa na mohwe mu ho anima eye to eye na manokoshi aye ene paire ye na eso onufo no hu se kai metumi akọ enye moving on meboa no duro wo ho no duro wo ho.
No. She felt like, wow, when your boldness. Se no so anhwe no awale wa mumie no be start atwemplan on pen sa se mbedi mu ho amwale ye wa sorry den.
Intimate makola bi ye bold say madam mepewa na by force ye bold ni nti no we see o say na wa ye bold die ya start antwempna bi na ya ye bone. What?
Hear the words of your wife and see your position
in the house.
I'm afraid for you.
Of course.
That if you are elevated to a certain level, your falling will be a disgrace to men.
Thank you. Brofona, odi mama nka brofono. Wose woma ye peja wo free boy do sura. Se wo hwahwe ase no. Unya bibie nsusom na de wa baboko. Ebeye panyan. What you say? Counselor na kan say Asiamah. Wo wase. Woma ye twon tentem de kosura. Wo ba. Unya bibie mu nso ma. Into beba be from say panya na unu say obi fresro pa aba be from say panya ya yemfani yensesa ne biemu yefani funu yamfani funa yefane mbreye ne nan bebubu ne nsa bebubu ana ne bibi besa na adwene ne ti na bebo fom no ebema na adwene enye adwuma. The picture of Asiamah in the marriage.
Where are you going to live with our precious Agradaa?
In Agrada's house, Sikagari house.
Are you going to continue Obama to call our repair? Yeah, drive Agrada's car and still be? Are you going to be in charge? Or because now she stopped social media by your grace? That's a toy now. Yes, you. Eric, no any word in Martin and Afia baby. What Pamano?
Now, who
I feel I need one now. Who about 9 years old?
Obe woman. Hey, Minsri be more.
And I about that there who about the multi. Come on now, or call yellow. I see one go come on and go more in them. Why didn't you shun to quite you? Senior pastor now or no airbo Agradaa and what do you need to? I must see Agradaa and in Tewaya Basa. Archbishop Dansono Agradaa who baby on the airport. I would know said why you were coming Archbishop.
Thank you.
On the boy,
yeah.
Mama Pat, on any year program can see or GD.
Agradaa had no child.
And
very cool.
Why? Because according to Sofu Penino, now our perceive to Moboasi and Sana Wadia Ibaso. It's more no cultural assembly. Disrespecting the words of your father will kill you quicker than you can imagine.
Right.
Asiamah, is this marriage an opportunity for you to be able to do your ministry work?
To make
or this marriage looks like a failure for you
in life
that you need to deal with, so you don't become a laughing stock in the eyes of people. The senior pastor wrote this on his page, and Agradaa is so angry because what the senior pastor wrote doesn't sound well.
And a bear man, everybody who they see and you me call more, they quiet them fast. And son, I take my decision, say, means me continue that marriage again.
Oh boy,
and mama apartment one. I don't need anything from a man except love and caring.
Respect.
Me everything. And the only thing I need from a man is a love and caring. Asa.
And no form
so the caring mawa. For so be any so. And as a tefrimpo will show you the love and the caring. That is what I want. That is what I want. Spiritual father. O mami yenu. So for mami jawari. Sebe 1 month. Me divorce 1 month. And an angel proposed to me. A proposed to me. And no crano or proposed to me. As I confirm my sister. As so. And my brothers. And they came to me. Say, Angel Asiamah said, oh, barrel. I was very shocked. Now, Abusia, medicine say, now me hear my analysis. Now me share my bread boom. Now me share member yeninya say me. One more mususumu was say me. They have been my life before. Amen. Yan faso bi every mo. Me pejame ho nyame ho kese. Some years of my maybe the leader and the founder, whatever. But say, my assistant pastor will give me what I need, what I want in my heart. If he can give me, why not to accept his proposal? Abusia, yeah, so Yentimin boy Jamai, Yentimin Champana, our brother, ya so for. So the only thing we have to do is say, I was
proposing for the first time. Dream right there. Why accept to say, yeah, so for be meaning say you also had that same intention.
Yeah, worry. Shy or ba winim Christo, Bema winim Christo. Yantra saying Castle 1 month.
We are catching and say, Oba Bonten Casabu Christo din. Bo din. Bobo ya chen wes a oba ebe mi ehu se oye Christian like nyame to me wonimu enti oba Kristo nyame hu kronkron Kristo no bobo the words the powerful words a obi a wakwadare akọ Bible adesua mu ewure Kristo su mu ache ebe yusu no ebi na obi ebie na no eka
me jawali 2 months into me chai ama na di way ya mankrofo hu se me jawali ache it me wali any problem Debbie won't be can't tell me so your ba ubet now for 3 months 6 months I only be my have for sex you can't tell me that ba ubet me ye de sie nipa ubet me ye de sie nipa ka be to way samene angel na ya nware na ya sisa won ye twempna and ye done ye koba and kadino bibeka but as a woman of God and man of God, and we respect the anointing upon us, and we take our decision, say, so permedia, and for me to be a wife, because I'm in a manopa, area, and number, I buy a starter so every day, meaning, Sabi says, so I have a cut to my dream, so be Sakono be clear nimiti mwa afe wo dia kono bia be hye mitirim afe one day obe hu ano sof asofo mi no pa no mo bodwaman enu ene Kristo empe na be ma na bo na busuafo amane abusuafo bi wo America bi wo UK nyame adom Christmas yi omu nyina patan ena be ma ye decide akomi mabusuafo ho mabusuafo agiatum am ya hye date. Yes, a date no on the 18th of this November. And yes, a date no. Yes, a date no. And yes, the so-called spiritual fathers as some of me can be. And I will buy I just say I want you. Papa, what buy ya no? I just say I want you. Abusia for so my warrior you. Me kuna busia for me kunuma me. Me kunu papa. Me kunu yanomo. Ya want to show my warrior you. Me mammy and me papa. Yashi say ya worry ye. Am a date. Our date in the 18th of November. And I'll buy you. Ya me friend one can't trust ye walling to be my day too. Ya me friend one can't trust ye walling to know. But catch me more cancer and top print take it to Mamma Gano. Because you won't say, I will way. And young men and me see care call warrant. Because the Berman ye Juma or Pamadio Kitano workers or ye responsible man or ye Juma and more yana Jane say, me any packasier. It's about the Jane wedding kunkrobia no. Get home ebe soso and only here. Eka kunkro out. Kebet me your wedding more than 5 days near your wedding, but I know here. Or dog and your sumtrie. Any caring, supportive, and only here. Some of my men and papa so almost betting Kubeba Hakupo. Now almost the me, Ebemano, na menya masumtrie. At me at Yase at Chimpoa, Abusia. Come met because upon all your level, your money, and your everything, no, se Bema propose to you. Want to be going to Bema say, therefore, send your would see a baby and do a druno. Se Bema propose to you, say, the person me wale wa. Now, I may join my quadrina angel and him saying, young wale. It means to me. But for him to be bold enough to tell me, it's just that he's a man enough. No, no more so on Yakwala, will be on trouble 40 years. Oh, sir. On Yakwala, he know his rights. And he know what is good for him. And everybody knows, say, me to one mini kunu, me jawariye, and I've done every idea wasabi to be say mini kunu. I am single. And the single no. Na my so for mammy means me ko boy jamai. Na nyame ya madom. Na me sofo a proposal to me no. Na ma beya me ho akesam. Papa obaye no, ya ma date you. Samo mo futu na mo betina wa mo be kan say. Ene mpanimfo na epe wa ware ne mpanimfo akese na epe wa ware na wo se wonya asofo mpanimfo a wo no mo be kire ministry no etimi ko wale asofo mpanimfo. I don't love them. I don't have interest on them. I don't have interest on Sofu being what.
The words of your father will kill you quicker than you can imagine. And this is what infiltrated Agradaa. This is why Agradaa is very angry. This is why Agradaa doesn't understand why you should come and write this. And the words of Agradaa were so harsh to the senior pastor. To the extent that he said that the senior pastor would die. Everything the senior pastor has said on her, it will come on the senior pastor. That the senior pastor will die. For she, Agradaa, is not going to die now. My lessons are that. And Kum Chacha too has come to say that the spiritual father was right and what? Where I sit. A spiritual father has no right to determine who you marry, when you marry, how you marry. It is the law that determines how you marry. But because you have made him your spiritual father over the ministry, he might be looking at the ministry so as not to cause you to do any blunder that will affect the growth of the ministry. That is why maybe you will step in. But the fact
Councillor Lucho say spiritual father no any right to say obe stop the obe worry no baby a obe worry no bre a obe worry ne mumu no spiritual father ebe to me abem ebe hwe ministry no baby ebe to me akwa akudu. Or say did you hear about Agradaa and Enoch bailment? Oh sir, but you send the mommy ya send the mommy or say gay ye Jimmy ankasa.
The fact that he steps in, whatever he says doesn't hold water. So Agradaa can go ahead and marry Asiamah without their spiritual father's blessing. Nothing will happen to them. But Agradaa, in the final part of that video, said, based on what the spiritual father wrote, she, Agradaa, has disowned and is no more a daughter. And the husband, there are no more sons and daughters to their spiritual father.
Asiamah be a spiritual father, man.
That's a serious thing. Now, the spiritual father who want to beg Apostle Ozubempa to forgive Agradaa. According to Agradaa, that the man has gone back to tell Ozubempa that she's no more my daughter. Do whatever I want to do with her. So the case that Ozubempa says he will not go to court again. Now he's going to court to go and sue Agradaa.
One say you not go. Marco Pacho no se ko baby. One casa will not go. No one casa I'm going. You no di timuka say Marco Peche with you on famengo baby ya. O papa Ozubempa arrange and woboa. Now so far they won't be a friendly kiss and a counselor. Kiss bi wo Facebook ha. Kiss akese ye hu tonfo e boss answer for ano.
And Agradaa says he's ready to go to court. Agradaa says that Asiamah has now warned her not to come to social media to insult again. So she has changed. People, Afia Schwar says marriage doesn't validate a woman. For what you have is what shows who you are, not marriage. Then come to Agradaa says marriage has validated her. She's now calm. She has now gotten a control over her. And if all she wants in the world, money cannot do for her except a man. I open my lines. You can put in your request.
A friend is saying
the painful part is that
if you show us our money ye complete, Agradaa our money ye complete. If you show us our money ye complete, in the sana for me anyway, no, dear no be a and go for free. I'm in TV.
This is what they are saying.
What was the word?
Validate a woman.
Validate a woman. And another lady said, marriage validates.
Yes.
All right. I would say it's an opinion, and they can have it.
Okay.
But it is what it is, and the truth must be told.
So what is the truth?
1 Corinthians 7.
The truth is, marriage gives, and it has to give you, the lady, a validate on how to maintain your standard as a woman.
Okay.
So I don't support everything Agradaa is doing, but on the validation side, I support her. If she respects the husband, regardless, whoever, and now coming out to say because she's married and she has to understand her husband and respect her husband, and her husband says she doesn't come out to insult people, and she has really respected the husband and taken the advice, I support that. Respect is reciprocal. You give and you take. Maybe as Agradaa has sat down and really thought about the advice.
And most common on YouTube, so say, Agradaa yes of Mame dia, and your none dia all can if 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 10 and 11. Or say, na aware for no de meshe won, nenso enyemi nemum erade, se obia nyai nikunu. Na se ojai no a onware biom anye saa a esese oni ni kunu no koka bomu biom na okunu nso nyai ne yere enti yenua be ma ne se yenua be ma so oba ne se ye aware de a o se this scholar believes agra chia say ye aware de a ene na say na esese ko no say Facebook langard kola no Ose o believe Agradaa the fact say ose aware ma oba ye complete ne no de o believe no but Agradaa enioma ne aware ne de onyini ntum pacho what I say ose triaka taking who advice Asiamah is nobody to Agradaa.
And it's helpful to her, it's good on her behalf, so she took it, and that's okay. I support that.
Madam, I am cool before.
From the beginning, she told us she was happy. It is not that she got married to the junior pastor that is saying that she was not happy. But I'm saying that
on this note, On this note, I boldly tells you, maybe, I don't know, and I can't say with men, money can bring happiness. I don't support the idea. If money,
I'm listening. You're lying. Your network. I'm on
the highway.
Okay. Go ahead.
Agradaa has gained the world. She's wealthy right now with Dan. Anyhow, anyway, she has made it. And she doesn't care. Why is she not happy? Why is she not fulfilled? Because there's a vacancy and she has to fill it.
Okay.
Was Eric, what's the last name?
Media make a tree na mitia, me real Hossein Borofo. Mimiti Borofo and family home. But family home. Obikasa, but make a tree na mitia, it to me ya the whole day. Na me kind me Bible na me kind cranny to me and kanya. Na ye me ya me di yaw because as I say me to me kind send me kind Borofo no. Hey tree, me a proud of papa. Boy.
Branton. Never.
Madam
okay with
her. Well, we wouldn't know until she said now that she's now find a man that is giving her peace of mind. So Eric was not giving her peace of mind, but they live for long.
So you can just dump one, and in few weeks get another one and said I wasn't happy with this one, so I'm happy here. You can just right now, like myself, I'll put myself in a line because I don't know anybody else.
The woman can war baby brainy in say Agradaa line akoye to say. So first Asiamah na ofa udru kranti was no ye happy or tenasi onye happy wa maneko. Wa first Asiamah ban wanye happy or bemanako na fufraba. Ye game na so near baby play. Aha. Intino the woman anye happy no apamu. In the
middle of next month or January, I'm getting married because I found who I'm happy with. Doesn't work that way. Maybe like the tree will say, "Over 2 foot so na kuyeni." You know, I was saying, yeah, careful. Now, yeah, open our eyes to see where this is going. Like you ask, Asiamah, is Asiamah staying with her or she's staying with Asiamah? Who knows?
Because when Asiamah lives in Agrada's house, it will have a negative toll on this marriage.
It is, but okay, that's the things Asiamah brought in the luggages for the engagement or whatever for the marriage. Was it Asiamah's pocket money?
Well, according to Agradaa, it was Asiamah's pocket money because he's a fashion designer with workers. And why? Why? Hey, why was that?
No, don't ask me why. You know why.
Ask
me why. You know why.
I don't know.
It's the same as Sandy.
Oh, are you sure?
It's the same as Sandy. Oh, stop it. It's the same as Sandy. Finding a chicken, dressing the chicken, making a husband out of the chicken. And now it's a trouble. Finding a baby boy, dressing the baby boy to make him a man, to marry you, and now it's a story. But we will leave that part for another day. Because we can't go into details until, like a friend of mine would say, till.
So you don't believe that Asiamah paid the right price of Agradaa?
Oh, counselor. That's what it is.
Agradaa says, the family says, even...
Yeah, everybody knows.
No, Agradaa says, the family says, even if Asiamah can get coconut water, they don't care.
So, we, the people that are here, listening and watching, we don't have a mind. We can't think for ourselves. We can't put 1 and 2 together. Maybe to some people, 1 plus 1 is 25.
Agradaa says Asiamah is gainfully employed. He has a shop with people he's working with.
No crane nyame anim. Obroni bi eni hɔ a woti Agradaa na Asiamah semi. Dutch ni bi eni hɔ a woti. Masa, mon ketwi na ya na mhu Ghana fo a mu yesa na mhu ehi. E de asemu ni. Sister wo kan say o tu mfuturu ka say kɔgye. By force na mu bre na by force ada asemu ni. E de enie. Waka atwi wote ase unso katwi wote ase ye ni etie ye ya ni etie Agradaa na Afia so obroni bi eni ho obesori abetena we hu abeti na maka brofo so obri na se na mo ka brofo ikro obroni na oba wonte mo brofo ya mo kan obroni bi America ni broni bi eni ho ade mo ka obeti o wonte ase obeka se what are they saying we brofo we wonte mo nka mutwi me ye nko ye nim de asemu ni ye.
What? Okay. If that be the case, what didn't Zandy say? Zandy came out with a birthday cake, surprise birthday, organized surprise birthday, husband hanging a cake, a surprise flower, whatever, and it was a surprise, right? To us, it was a surprise.
Yeah.
Now, what does it mean? Now it was a movie, right? It was a
Super.
Sister Koko Friday and Soko. Sister Koko.
Sometimes people living in a fake life, people coming out to brag about what they have and what they do, and things we that are watching them doesn't even have a mind to think. We are stupid as they are, so they can come and blindfold us any way they want.
And hey, me Agradaa with me
because they are stupid, they are ignorant, they are unclassified, and they think we
okay unclassified. Okasa kwa contentem. Chere utwi no na we good. Unclassified can fast. Wamre kasa twi ne unconsistent.
Think we are watching them are like that because some of us cannot put the camera on our faces, come out to share our opinions. They think anything they bring out, we support them. No, counselor. No.
So what is the lesson that we are learning from the both of them or the three of them? Afia, Schwar, Zadi Kamel, and Agradaa. Yes.
I know you, and you know me. You've been teaching a lot of sense, a lot of wisdom. You've been giving wisdom keys on this app.
Oh, Sister Rita.
Some of us that you know, and we know, and as we know, and we move.
No, you are kind of bear thousand.
We know what is not right. It's not right.
Brofo back working no bear thousand. Madam, Ade. Mamin coming Ade.
When did the marriage became
Afia, your line?
a future?
Or that's
He has a future because it's a church.
Oh, you bring it.
Yeah, that is sister.
Oh, so for your line.
Oh, sister.
In my home.
Because from what I'm seeing, it's like women are not supposed to be worthy anymore. Women are not supposed to work hard anymore. Years ago, our grandmothers were in their houses when they were marrying them and buying combs for them to comb their hair. But now we are in a civilized world where women are working as equally as men. And we are also making money, if not even more. But if the situation is going to be in such a way that we cannot marry down, who are going to marry the ones who are down there? And maybe they are the ones who also have our best interests at heart.
Utumu se ume ono so no wenya botoy boy bi a wore no obi anka se osikani ntumi nware obi a osikani oba entumi nware obi owo fomo but wo komu no wo de usika na ekobosti Uko dependi on usika uko jina so ana no ama be man na wo ware na ya bofra wo weni man. That's the problem. If you are Schwar so we skent we mu be man on anyone. Of course Agradaa the same thing. Of course me na mitua bills, me na me yese, enti di ope bi o to make kire be man. That's what we are talking about. Nenya se obi anyisi obi na ontumi nkonko anu ayi ya ontu debi babu depending on sika na wenya ne so e de ye nipa ne boy just ask yourself say who pe nipa na say who worrying because of bibi Agradaa or worry Asiamah because of sorry.
Can I come in? Can I answer her?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know the name, but please don't get me wrong. Okay. I greet you.
Yeah.
That's sister. God bless you. God bless you. Abekechi.
Onyankopon said the nyame hye ne niema.
Obe divert ya de na ko.
Any said the niema siko. Yes, I understand that now no women are working. But back in the days, women were not working, they were home housewife. But everything has, the narrative has changed, the world has changed. Let's face the fact right here. Marriage and the way God established it. Onyankopon amo oba say, oba be swa bema, oba be hwe bema. Yes, some women might not agree with me, which is okay. It's the opinion. You can have your own opinion, but me, Sophia, this is my opinion. To my opinion, onyame amo bema oba say, yeme hwe bema. Na adie bia nyankopon ye bia no. Bible say onyankopon won say
eye.
Emma, you bet me about our piso. I bet I say, I don't know, you want your fear. Now, you worry Bema for no got snap. Now, I say, what's not Bema or high one bedroom and now high single room. Now, when I am going, what's not? You can support a man in any way, anyhow you want. You can submit today, but that marriage, you cannot submit to that man.
Be 2 months ago, and a guy be friend me. No, ni obi netino so tuna. Ne girlfriend akwaje dan. E wo hayu na one na ekotena. I'm say bra. Woni wo girlfriend na wo nkrata wo say me pa chan na I'm say kona wo momu kwaje dan na mo oba ne mejoin ne. No oba na wo pese o ware na wo de kone ko ware no. No oba na ekwaje dan. Tu akotinem salo tintinto ko join no sane ye no oni nkra ta is fine. You can man enumpo koje obi one room no ma visit wom kosi se ni obu obeda montem so ye you so wanye be few days ni bi no friends asem na kind of ma koma so nti ma anko na eneme ne wo kasa ge no kra no on kasa me hu bie mu enam see so na enye love minimu de na hamo no age ne dan na opo obi age baako no se bra betem na mo twempena no mpew no oboa. You see, sometimes no esese yenya abotre on issues, especially relationship ne marriage no yentutu mirika se obi de ko se nti se debi e abotre
forever. Because ask me why, and the reason is because that's not how God made it to be. And to be submitting because counselor say only by mate, only by my wabuchi, and only by mate, no more opera. Now, only now we are Juma. Now, Bema Juma say, or buy me a support to Bema Noir, and I bet me a cat 40 days,
2 months,
6 weeks. Or started complaining.
Why? The better power news is
because I know Bana said on my head, on never provide them
2 months.
It's your Bana started complaining. Now I am same baby. But I remember saying, any you are more you more and I'm more you more you must say, I'm about out because then I'm a you must say, and I'm in a mission no, also I didn't prepare the money.
Am I a baby? Yeah.
Because I remember you to say, and you're more Juma.
Sister, when you say now,
So they do it. A few not complaining. Just a few and a complaining. And the women out there, Nyamia Moya must say, Ubenya Sikana, no one time Sikano, I could have done that sound fear the Sikana Shano.
Enra na make enra a topic no. Ani ye can. Ebia na abesi su yo. It's true. Yet it way. Ye kunu adwuma say ahwe ne bosome mienu miensa obi akwa 6 months na wa start complaining ba ma wo adwuma nsa be 6 months be ma no emfa ne ho mpo emfa ne ho obeka so okope bi ni ade but meye problem e wo fie ho ba be ma ne de say ya e be ye problem e ye facts or see in the diaspora people mostly come together for bills, company, etc. Aside love, care, respect, honesty, empathy, and genuineness. Or say she just wanted to flex more. Bro, for no, they had
don't get me wrong. Who bet me but and check.
A fact.
And China and Tiasiana kicking in. Understand the number say, na me prade na me. Then I'm go find buy onyi sika da adentina on for sika mafi. Enti anuntino. Nyame ahyehyɛ ne saa nintino. Me nyin to musa. Wa wuji to mu de. What you for be able dressing na say dey Ghana no be bele wa mo pa bia. Omo obi a me gba kwa aware pa be ma so kwa aware pa. Yes. But me say a man side no and tell do papa and tell Nina.
You are right.
You need so much percentage. You bet you are bold of say and maybe Tisika and go for Bama and the musica shawamo now to today no and sano. Still I remember that's what my brabum a few.
So Sophia. So Sophie, does it mean that the woman should not think of making wealth?
Oh, you can make your wealth, but no, na de ko ware be ma.
It means and Obanya Kwenya Sophia. Sophie
0.05%.
Okay, so within the 0.05%, my question is that say Obanya Kwenya me monto assassin si dan na because abrocha yetin so and maybe the omun kunuma transi etia omni omache efie esiketia na nseya omukwohwe ya beba na ko si dan won cry eyi omudi afisu wo Ghana afi na omuso be bro omu akoto omode eye oba asede ese oluso mpe ba bi obetena na
oba sika ye ne dia de ode be ye anya obi ya asem oba sika de ne dia
Omaji online.
Man konko si dan bi man.
Yeah.
Kasariengo.
Counselor.
Yeah.
There be a good foundation, a good future.
Oh, okay.
The Bible no crying.
Okay.
The minimum you did. Santimino. Sir, only Bamati. Now I call Ghana. No, I be BDS. Or started that maybe I want to pay attention. So we are homework with a year. You will see from the beginning. Over so non term and I may a problem. So we are in high. No one share. And to turn your may then never be safe for us here. Or about yes, or about your own quantity. But it's Mrs. Samani Yana.
It's
why
not? Hona na ya koko essay. Ona the Anibian say we share Bema na show when is wadi mu. And then intina we fear na we see that no men too got na single room. I said to say Zadi Kamel or see face me no.
What I'm asking is that now in the modern world, we are building empires. So, some people they travel early. They build empires. Now you've met a man and you've seen the man has got a vision.
No, can you help me? What do you call vision? What is vision? But me, as I'm sitting here, I don't know whether I have vision or not. What is vision?
onimnia ope nia
but hard working.
That's right. Business ideas, marketing skills, or educated. You know, he's there. But the only thing that he doesn't have, they say, if you are not the foundation and you're solid, or if you are, that's it, or need the capital to push himself up. Now, as a woman, what's she know? Who didn't cast I know will say, wait, or you'll be out waiting in about that. Who walk away in terms of a beer, waiting a Japadi, you know, what building a house. But she are you going to say, because it's what down, now what up, you can't marry down one.
Sister, a bimu or the woken in a but a show mubotum. They are lazy. Ushi obi wa nkomo ne obebo. Ni certificate kura no enye certificate ketwa. Efutu a obetu nye futu ketwa. Ideas or the bebenya ideas ketwa. Give the person opportunity or more. Ebimonso, of course. Omo ye very hard working. Ubeko no opi truck. Ubeko chinema. Opiaka. O yesi. Okobade biya. Enye de wenya notu anoti subomo. De all ye basikari ni sha na wo support bi. O forso ye. Enye so onko omo okoba. Sikane ba. Be sikano na iswa na wo support. Enko jilodu ne ema uti. You are not the head. No akari ni ema.
Yes, but the person has got a vision who said, who submitted to this vision now, you people can build empires.
But maybe so.
Oh yeah, ne ma me no wako ni vision ne wo ni team no wo wako amakoma na ye adwuma. Ade no da so te wa ni vision no da so wo ni team no to me apply vision no. No da so te ne ma me fie te ne papa fie na vision ni tirim nko ane wo. Of course, we all have visions.
And when you first see, Fidie Chiamboa,
Ni sunko. Ojai ni munso ni
sunko. Thank you, my boy. Ni sunko. Now, when you say Abako Sam, now
just keep quiet and listen to him.
Maybe so, mommy.
Keep quiet and listen to him.
Now, Angela Siama,
it's an opportunity.
Oh, I got to Agradaa, Afia. Maybe so. Agradaa car bako tie. Asiamah bet to me at all.
Mimpo dear counselor, Nini, Asiamah. Started the Agradaa, ye who saw in the shop or ye jumada. Kiebe wow, Asiamah ne your shop, a camera scene so Agradaa ko visiting your shop or ye juma and the boys near with Asiamah no, na or ye tailor. Na or ye tailor. All pers of wayinti we jay a boy and namasof wase. Ah, no cray back pay.
Well, ultimately, engine oil. When you send a dish, your book, or you send a
and Miss Rawo. Or Betty the Acosta oil. What's it? Na Agradaa cars mienu. Well, me dey say Agradaa ni Eric wo ho. Ye the way Eric was behaving. Because everything was owned by Agradaa. And Pastor Eric was not able to live there. When the marriage ended, what happened was that Eric was supposed to pack his things and leave the house. And another person.
That was me.
Yeah, and thank you. Me fear, me car, me dine. Asiamah Saba. Yes, someone not to say, let me be said. That ben no be too no ne hida got if you also say that Agradaa me nim say Agradaa let me traffic to emu. No be party cars you. So I am well Anidel.
Me want another life.
Anidel. What are the lessons that we are learning from what has just happened? Because
I like that name. Anidel. Anidel, your name is very
no another life.
So far I change.
You cannot marry someone higher.
No. Nayako, let me answer you. The truth of the matter is that that's all. No check. Please, so the issue is that TMU. Adia bakon eye no kre na nika eye modin ne se oba bi owo sika de won hukunu Agradaa kasa no se sofo panyin na mo nyina betu no fo se ye won panyifo on betima walo na ade na wo pa akwara osi enti panya oni tro enye u taste ya wa panya owo tro aye u taste.
Okay.
What am I gonna say?
Okay.
Eyen shira kese se be ma ware wa wo biade boa no. Na enyen shira kese se wo biade ware be ma. Eye two different things.
Very good. Thank you.
We are be ma se so boafo. Enti oka kire me se when vision. Mimiti he. Se vision e de boa da gase se mba bibiri be boa se mo vision ba. No bi amba. Mo vision ba. Woni me na manche bia me boa. And it's a vision, they say baby wale me. But the main can say who see would die. It's a young girls have an say. Omo nyeni ambre me to asase we see die me talk
the economic
situation.
situation
that thought would change the type of man that will marry you.
Thank you.
Because in the category of men you are talking, look, there's lively and the first place is that if you are, I am not against you building. You can build it for business. But if you have a taste, for example, if you sit in first class or business class from Europe or from anywhere to Ghana, and that's how your life has been. If I come and marry you, should I push you to economy?
No,
I can't afford. So are you ready to go and pay 2 business class tickets? For how long? That is where you are going to determine the way I breathe, the way I talk, the way I behave. Oh, Oima. Oima, what do you mean?
You have to be vigilant.
I do some people, oh, you be my that's at the end, like, Asiamah.
Or fighting for herself.
Thank you for having me.
Dear me, Mommy, Ubenya would dear Baba. They can't gratulate.
Amen. Amen.
Look, Obia did your home, but it depends on where you are, what you are doing. No matter how, who dear home, men can't say men you, but men can say who pebe maybe a year. I'm an That's the problem we have. Me ye. Well, let me leave Anadel, come in.
Anadel, Kasai.
Anadel again. Anadel. Oh, it's unfortunate. Kwame.
What's that?
Bema eti saying.
I'm not doing more.
See, a man is a person more while move. Then I'm okay.
Answer the okay, dear, said, my dear. When you cancer, or my warrior, and yet, Yanama, why do you? Mamma, I do say.
Mungo Jumanye.
A man and also chair.
Okay.
And you said, a man in the Sika, none is on the fire, dear, and you will never blow that dear TV. Yet you also. To say, Omunis can number one, the warrior, the no one to know, yes, yet.
Oh, and he say, yes, it's him.
Hey, also by you. Also by I see the same because here because school class here 50 the class and my do 35 them 15. And man it also. So inti me you remember when you say the na sister back can sanity nature here no because COVID near the buy near or maybe or Ghana mutimisu efro nyina say o comedy omu odwuma say but nyakonya ba mu ko UK gra high cry ebonipa.
Hey.
Sanity. Omo sanity o timi showa ko do be too much. Sanity me marry case who one man is can to be one day for but to do abuche we fi class say on na te Ghana na accommodate. So the sanity but who show so a man does change na man no nti say anya ne say ade bi nya bi nti so so obi ammoae.
And I said, dear, Agradaa case, Bema Suka, I repair, you know. Asiamah be a won't.
But I'm not told you no tono.
Also, was about what she
was about it.
Yes, I nature too, but the person of Cherry say, it Agradaa de Biana, come on a pasterico. I think what we can say was so close on a pasterico, 500 million every month. Or you'll be much of social media because they're more near Juma. So if you are the people who say, maybe ye Juma, a Juma and Koso, or Bay Juma and Koso Chami, which means you more potential be that you have a befa. In Tiso Baby say, what media. Which have been used to watch a young secret of one, but Mimi Kusu, but them and fire. And you say, oh, Champ Bema 1 year Juma Wakopano. So two different things. So we can say them will be here. Potential no will be, but any see said there or banning the econo. But there so any different from say when ye Juma. Asiamah ye Juma no kokofano.
Asiamah upon you.
Oh, maybe.
And I can't send a car tie going to me to.
Only family are here, they talk out time. Hey,
What of that time? But we may only say, Opusa with Juma back on stage, Juma. I saw your friends, I saw you, Juma. We got a Juma. And
I saw so many 2,000.
I saw about 2,000 yeah. I got a swing your door when your door. You see, on your Biaman, I saw face Yamasa.
But some pennies which has a go be brave. I got that some penny the crown pay. But no pay.
I love the uncle for it.
Osia or no, dear, what's your ship? Asiamah doom. It's a 1 man paper by Niku Jan and Asiamah cast open. The shocking is a suffocate to have catches some pennies open.
Answer that. Young Casse, he been sealed by now. I bet you will. Or body. This or bar no, and maybe Hano. On funny maybe una obey Dina, Wabua, copy say, was one better, but or bastard is or Buano whiskey, but complaining. So, gee, a man also does, I does a change to so many dinner man clamp on the all channel.
And you see, I did remember I'm almost also say, man, in the wall.
Our lady of Ban, what a bema. Emma, what your bar. I want to ban one bema. Man, I worry about Kennedy. The man in Remudia and ye. But all show me, Mina Befina, my one and I mean, be no.
A man, be Honsua. Omo bachelor or dabre or Mohuase, especially wouldn't walk a crassing one. Na kakra wa helping na odu baby a wabeda top na. No, I all say and to my go off from no tea also. A man, be wa. Semi yesiama, nesiame on pama die. So pa o wadwene a no nya futufu a ankese se o yese me bie shop abede pamade no no focus on ade pamo by himself na obie bie shop ni bi with different places ma many man sika se chop money because on obehwe no enti oje we housekeeping sikanie o scan wo drawer no yi bi boso me mama 500 million fakwaji store fufuro be set yourself up e bedru baby no 500 million wunyi biem because already no was set yourself up na focus wo de no ohun sa wunyi ni sika na wo ye wo adwuma respect ne beba ba wo koye se eda ho fuka me dibi na wa mo ho so ansore wo to so anstart ya ene nkofo bie shops o mo afa nkofo pamade ma o man kasa kro mu nim ni any knowledge e wa de pam ho bie bi whatever committee 1 ko committee 4 ko bie bi kwa brakra aha bie bi besi ha bie bi wo yiye na fe with his own name of course ono na adwuma ya de pam wa wo bie enti wo enkopre na adwapade no sika na ode ma wo na wo gi na wo kobo saluma akotene fie ho gi no make good use of it. Osi baby there is no sika anywhere Agradaa adwa nenum ene wo twen wo se no person prove bibi che say Asiamah ye okay enti de ode be prove no so de oboa build one shop kra make good use of it. Didi ne de ne ho na wo de no de be free penkrofo wo mo mawi de pam adwuma na omu nya muamie bi omo shop na ni omu nya adwuma na tua omo ka into the obeko no ebia each day we be 5 for Monday wo de wa Tuesday wo de wa usika na ni omo mapempam na wo jeje hey ube make Agradaa adwen de Agradaa me say adwen nya me dia hye ni peti me say yadwun so kura adane enye easy o adwene
normal. Oh, okay. That's how to got training fear because wa hwe Agradaa ho fe say na otiteshi tebibiano chamber hall emboa one security reasons cry one shot every hours about area hall what you say the can so task well me that's so Anadel, are you back?
I've been here all along
and we've been calling you but we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay. So what are the lessons that we are learning? Zandi Kamel came to make the noise after paying the bride price. Now, if Yashua Sniga says that she cannot be validated by marriage. Now, Agradaa says that she's been validated by marriage. She doesn't insult anymore. There's a change. And this is the best thing that has happened to her. And Asiamah paid for everything for their marriage. What are the lessons that we're learning from these things?
I am the new guy.
Let's give the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Let's allow her to marry.
Okay.
We can only wish her well, but with mature minds, we know where this will end. At least we have an idea of how it will be. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's keep praying for them. Because say me wishing well. I don't know any of them. And say or say they put in an idea no idea. It ain't coming to for Kakram say on the casa in it here. Now in it dear a better one hour room now to be bad to get. That's a simple advice about.
Why? Because see on social media no we feel but the soft opinion na spiritual father no ehun say we feel until we post so be and they so going and wo ba wan ya no o kan adwen kire no e ka say onye the spiritual father bi e be kire ka wa born no so onye bibia ma ni freeda bibia bi obetua na Asiamah na se a wa ye cool na ko be di na tem uni twa ase wa ni dada na we dey video one di obi atem ukanya ansasem e no koy enti say yes so be kan kasa ba shediem Agradaa they are renting now on social media.
This is funny. I rented that pound.
I say Sandy this was 2-bedroom house or TikTok.
I mean, the spiritual father didn't come and then who wants it or rather money also say you have a reply for him now. You should always walk up to him and then put it out with him rather than putting it out on social media.
Mm-hmm. And who's there? I got the spiritual father, the uncle Panicho. Because spiritual father, yeah, nekopa, so bempa, choma.
Yes.
Well, on my go pass off bempa, choma, come. And was a baby we going to say, and I need you on anchor.
Spiritual father, dear. The one person now can say, oh, you're a spiritual father. Nah, the duty, oh, for I don't think they advisable. I mean, I won't advise anybody to.
Anale, you see, there's something that people don't fear. People think that if they give you $1,000 and you pray for them, they have bought the prayer. People believe if they are going through a challenge and they send you a seed and you pray for them, they bought you. But nobody can pay for an anointing. And nobody can support God. Nobody. So the way Agradaa was saying, the only man being who calls of empowerment, spending 50,000 or so. This is where it becomes a curse.
Probably, she doesn't understand the spirit.
And if Agradaa will have to grow with his church, she has to be extra careful. If this thing called church she wants to do, somebody must talk to her. Because this ministry we find ourselves in there are too many people who are ungrateful. And you see, people fear the fetish priest more than the priests of the church.
Exactly.
Because when they go and give Agradaa $1,000, they will never mention it anywhere because they are afraid Agradaa has a conform maybe be a tier. But when they bring me $1,000, they can sit somewhere and say, I mean, we have church here. When I start church, people come down to ride or come with dinner or the Momo number 2 or Bedisika. Yes, people come and ride that. But when people are going through trouble and you help them out, look, there are spiritual things people don't know. There are spiritual things. There are spiritual things. If let me give you an example. Sophie was there when we came to, was it Worcester? I think Worcester, one of the places. A young man who has married, and the prophet saw that he has been laid in a casket in Kente. The reason was because on his wedding day, somebody served him malt. The prophet was not a wedding day, but gave him a ditto thing. Now, Sophia there came to Ghana, and if Sophie is there, I went to church with her, and she was supposed to go and see a certain prophet and greet the prophet because I like the prophet. I didn't get a chance. We all got there late. Sophia was sitting in the crowd. Then the prophet was just about to close and said, hello, yes. You are Sophia. I see 51 stars. You are from America. Ask Sophia. So this is a man you don't know. But all of a sudden,
people don't know. But
look, if you see Prophet Emmanuel J, Prayer Palace, the ditto things he tells people when it happens, how much dollars?
And how dramatic. That was my first time.
That was the first time in Ghana. This is the first time, and it's not like maybe I'm going to tell the pastor anything. All of us, so far, even made me late. We all went there just to go and greet the man. The man was closing from church and just went straight and said, "You are called Sophia. I see many stars and a flag like America. You are from America. Ask Sophia." So if a man can see this about you, why do you come to? And so you say some of your spiritual father. I see people, they give you 1,000 Ghana, they give you 50 Ghana, and they think that they have done something to the anointing. Be careful. A chance not to. So if Agradaa want to do church, So you're careful.
Well, what she's saying is, you see, you were not addressing it as a ministry. What she's doing is church. She's not doing ministry. Ministry has its own rules. She's doing church where she's gathering people and learning about religion. So that is church for her. Maybe only ministry or anybody in the kind of authority over you, like you are subjecting your own will to the person.
How many of you know Zoe is it Zoe Ministry? Prophet Kobri. Kevin Kobri. Yeah. When Kevin Kobri stood against spiritual fathers, as I'm talking to you, court has taken possession of his church for the first time in Ghana. They gave them 2 hours to pack their things, and court has taken possession of the church. When he came, he insulted all the spiritual fathers because he gives them money. So Agradaa and the spiritual fathers thing, somebody must tell her. And you see, Asiamah was not a former fetish priest. Was working with Obafo. So I will look at him like somebody who has been in the ministry.
There be few minutes.
Yes, he was with Obafo.
No, few days.
So I see Asiamah to be a church-oriented boy, as compared to Agradaa, who just repented, called by God, had money to buy a church. Look, if Agradaa repented,
called by God,
and didn't buy a church, today she can't be a church member anyway. I'm telling you. No, I'm saying that based on some of the assertions and the things that, unfortunately,
Osi Agradaa esa cry no say nya sorry dan no ato no wuma ka sorry bi anywhere beji Agradaa obi obetwa sofo na no
Agradaa says to members, Jimmy for muti o me from somebody, you know that kind of things in church.
This utterances there. I'll just it's
So if Asiamah is coming into the picture and could have not gotten to the point of coming to marry Agradaa, but will stay there and learn, study under other ministers, he could have become a good asset to support Agradaa once God have called her.
But
right now that Asiamah has given himself up to Agradaa as a husband with nothing. Because Bible says that a man who cannot take care of his house is worse than an unbeliever. He's not in charge. He's not in charge. He's not.
But Counselor, let me ask you this thing. Do you know anyone like
Oh yes.
You know people?
Oh, I don't know people. Please. I don't know the market women are again.
Because I don't know. I've never heard or never seen anybody who openly acknowledges that Mekona sorry.
Oh, baby, go every cousin.
Oh, I see.
Oh, she has money. Another Sunday where you go. I go crash your Sunday.
Oh, boy. When we say when
you say God has called you, I don't doubt you. But I'm saying that fighting spiritual father because of marriage is dangerous.
Right.
And I think, and Asiamah was standing there
sitting
when Agradaa was addressing a spiritual father loosely like that.
Thank you.
That is why I realized that he doesn't have the power. Because Asiamah was the power. Because the day the spiritual father was coming to preach, Asiamah didn't say good and him say Afia. So this is a senior man in the ministry. No matter how many years I've done ministry, over 30 years, I still give respect and reference to all the senior men. I go with them, I travel with them to places, and I become a Bible boy. Not because I don't know what they're teaching, but it's hierarchy.
Right.
In the kingdom, there are hierarchies. So to come and insult the man and say all the loose things that Agradaa said, and now, me na me tears can go to my power, me na me far car mamo, me na me go down hotel, be 50,000 or what? Why do you say all these things?
Counselor Dijano, boy, we need be or kwasore.
And when you wanted another person to bless the marriage, you went for another man of God. And I pity that man of God.
Papa,
so Asiamah, remember, Agradaa says he wanted them to do church. That is why he married Asiamah. Otherwise, I won't go with your mind.
Musuo bo na church na anko so na abete.
Yes. That's a serious statement. Yes, he said it. I played the audio here. Me analyzing. I've been analyzing her conversation for more than weeks now. I don't believe in insult. I believe in analyzing and taking lessons.
So the husband is an associate pastor.
Was a junior pastor in the church. Apparently, according to Agradaa, she bought the church because of the husband, Pastor Eric. And Eric too realized that he wanted to study more under senior men. And that is what started a fight. That he can't break away immediately. But church is not just like that. You can have the auras, you can have, but you need power to run a church.
Thank you.
And the experience in the ministry does a lot of magic for us. We have seen people, we have seen people. We have bought tickets from Ghana just to come and bless somebody's child in America. We bought our own ticket. Today, they speak against us. People like this, if you carry water and call on God, you'll be frustrated. There are people who have raised altars for them and is supporting them. And they have shared testimonies of what we have done for them. They share testimonies openly that this man prayed for me and XYZ happened.
But
and today, these same people are speaking against you. People think when they give you accommodation, Bible says that the prophet slept in the house of a certain woman. And even when the prophet has left, the woman had a child. The child died.
Yes.
And they took, when the child died, there was nothing they should do but took the child to the bed. And look, somebody took it like a joke. I traveled and the Lord told me I shouldn't sleep in a hotel. I should go and sleep in their home. And I've done what the Lord told me to do in the house. I did it for them. And I told her, anytime things are hard, just enter into that room, sing and come out. And it's working for her. All of a sudden, I am the biggest demon in their life. So just imagine, if I can do something to make your life good, is it not easy for me to make your life frustrated? Look, when Jonah refused to go, what did God do? Anybody who associated with Jonah, they lost their way. So I can.
Van Dam say when the time comes for Agradaa, so best sake Asiamah, obe accusing say we dear sorry ho me na.
Pray a prayer of frustration on you. So when you take people as your spiritual father, be careful, because the Bible says in the book of Ephesians chapter 6, if you read carefully, Ephesians chapter 6, it says, children, obey your parents in the Lord. So the parents in the Lord are different from biological parents. Okay. We don't determine when you marry. We don't determine the man you marry. But we determine the spiritual calendar in the things you do. So be careful. Somebody bought dress from Mason. When they say something is called backstage or something, reduced to clear. And the dress was about $280. And she got it as $80. 89 or 39 or something. She wore it once and said the bust was distant. So sent it to a sister in Ghana. The sister took it to a shrine that he was sending scar or many penniska, but she had or over $200 session. Ote America, Rash is a gunechi. A drone you know American United in a chiamgo. A young couple be a new who said, Rash is be a guechi. Who come out sister Tadia be when he was say, I name it Tadia be come out simesi. I say, I see that Tadia goes so and so place. Then the young man and sorry man in say, kill her home. That night. The Russians that they have gone with all their insurance to clear vanish in less than 72 hours. The Russians started in Ghana. Then a man like this, you can sit down and insult me because you gave me some $100 some time ago. Be careful. Be careful. People don't know what men of God go through when they come. We come and pray for you. You are happy. We leave. What happens next? You don't have an idea. So I am not. The things that Agradaa came out to say, if truly Agradaa is changed, I never even wanted him to come and tell us, said, Obisi Ongobo Usibe Bacho, Bakopa the church, or see on posting the picture, Wamani Sika. These things are wrong. And the Asiamah, who Agradaa says, he said, how can so tie? What you are? And also a condition, man. I'm an Jimmy. Are you serious? So, spiritual things, they don't joke with it. All. I ask people, you are in America, I'm in Ghana. I ask you to get water, your own water from your kitchen. I do what I'm supposed to do for the water. And in the next 24 hours, what you are expecting happens through the water you have been drinking every time. Who go to Suonu, every Costco, and Yashi. Maybe your idea was small fit in Ghana. Now I am Biama. Why can't I do the same thing negative to you? It's
true.
We don't respect men of God. We think they are co-equal. I always see people when I come and do church. Last year I was doing church, somebody came to write, hey, this one too is a pastor. The word has come to an end. When they are hungry, then they come as pastors to come and beg. Me, a guy did that to me in Ghana. I'm saying this to the glory of the Lord. I put him in a bottle and I closed it.
Is he still in the bottle?
Yes. They've come to beg. They've come to beg. They've come to beg. The bottle is there. My wife has begged me. He should go to the people he think they are stronger men of God. Because you see, they go to their own church. Whatever their pastor will do is correct. Whatever any other pastor does. I say any fake man of God in the world that you know has a fake God that can do something against you. So be careful.
That's true.
Any fake man of God has a fake God. So Agradaa coming to attack the spiritual father was below the key. And I expect Asiamah to stop the wife. But Asiamah,
I see Agradaa as a businesswoman. Yeah, she's a smart businesswoman, a calculated one.
Not in the church.
And she wants her business to continue. The
no,
church,
not in the church.
Agradaa is a business.
No, she can't survive.
Well, the church to her is business.
It will
another
collapse.
way of acquiring her.
If the church is a business, what she went through in coma is a small sign.
So for her to continue her business, she needs somebody who can run the empire very well.
She should be careful.
And Asiamah being known at the church already and being in the church already, the easy target for the church to continue.
Well,
so to me, I see it as this marriage is some kind of a contract thing. Scratch my back, I scratch your back.
Well, it should continue.
That's how I see it. So if Asiamah is smart, he will say whatever he gets from there, and then when the due time comes for him to be out, he can also stand on his feet. But if he's back scratching or the chicha, he will go with empty hands. He have to learn from the one who has already gone.
You're only careful.
That's it.
Because we don't touch spiritual fathers. Be careful what you say. He's my spiritual father. Be careful. Be very careful. And the Asiamah should be careful.
But Pastor, don't you see that before husband and wife, one person will come out and talk and be able to say something. Now they've discussed and have a laugh. So for Agradaa to be able to say something, the spiritual father, no pen on. Don't you think they've had a laugh about it before? There are
things. Yes, there are things we laugh about. Me like this. The last person I'll discuss any man of God with is my wife, because she's not in the ministry.
Right.
Even when a man of God calls me, we're going to discuss something, my wife is there. I excuse myself, because she's not in the ministry. So and there are times that I meet young men of God who want to talk about another senior man of God, and they don't care my wife is there, and I shut them up. I have small girls around me who want to talk. I say, shut up. You are not there. It's a dangerous place. Don't bring your jokes here. We might come here and do relationship, come and laugh. Yeah, that is not church. But I'm saying this because what Agradaa have a lot of women. But I can be a good woman to my wife. My wife can be a bad girl to everybody, but can be a good woman to me. So it depends on who you meet.
Vice versa. And to me, yes, you can be a very bad person to your wife, but be a good person to the public.
That's what I'm saying, that it depends on who you meet. I get it.
Because personally, I want to believe the Nipa and Kasa by nature, maybe a bad dada. Maybe we
every human being is complete. Echo. When you buy a car, a brand new car, they tell you it's a brand new car. Is that not it?
Yes.
And they tell you it's tested. How can something that has been tested be new? Then they add a warranty period that in case anything happens, free shipping. Why? It's protecting the brand, not the product, the brand on it. So the human being God created saw it was good, and God blessed the man. But the same God destroyed the earth because of man. When Noah, who obeyed God, made sure that every 2 kinds of animals entered the ark, when the flood subsided, what did he do? He drank wine, and out of his bourgeoisie, how drunk he was, he cursed the son, the grandchild, and the curse worked. So you see, the human being by nature, we will not understand ourselves until we are no more. So yes, everybody has a level of wickedness in them. Everybody has a level of smartness in them. But let's be careful with ourselves, because it's dangerous.
Okay. Another person can clear, but what clear?
Obviously, Nikki so Musa next time to us. Nikki says familiarity. That is why some homes, home people miss out on their blessings. Oh yes, familiarity there is there. We become very familiar with some of the people just because we wanted them to feel very comfortable, and then they lose the blessing we are supposed to give them. Long time. Keep doing it all. Doris, thank you very much. All right, so I mean, we've learned a lot of lessons, and like I keep saying, I keep saying that we are learning, but the numbers are not going up. And I apologize the last time that those who are back the screen, they say they are more than those that I'm looking at. So I shouldn't say that again. So thank you for coming. I think we've learned a lesson here today. We wish them well once they are married under the law. But I think that Agradaa didn't do well. He didn't do well at all in coming to address the spiritual father openly. And I think Asiamah by now should sit down and think and find a way to go and apologize to the man. Even if they don't want him again, it's a wrong platform to come and do what Agradaa did. I'm also encouraging Angel Asiamah to believe that marriage doesn't move him from ordinary pastor to a senior pastor automatically. However, his work should pull him up to the place. If he's in for ministry, he should focus on ministry properly. Because when God calls you, he equips you for the work he has called you for. This marriage, you should try and get a place and go and live with Agradaa so that they will use Agrada's house as a recreational center anytime they want to have recreation. Agradaa said they didn't go on honeymoon because of what the spiritual father posted. She has to come and respond. It was wrong.
Councilor, Pastor, 1 second though. Councilor.
Yes.
Until we dey be so. Until so osikeni bi wu ohini no so be ware no no.
Bema no ba.
Bema.
Sikeni Bema.
Mena moya na bia Bill Gates baby ehia me no so abrante me ni ji o meware.
Oze nkwansum di obi anya nkwansum obekọ nti koy.
Then kwansum be ne o Bill Gates ba na be ware mi.
Na wa na okay. Sikeni ba be ware o ni ba ede.
Kwansum.
Councilor. Oh, yeah, me see you will be one of our more branches.
You see, one of the things you have to learn is that the way the rich live, we have to learn how to live with the rich. And the way the poor understand, you have to learn to live with the poor to understand them. It is not easy to be with a rich one. I get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, Asiamah going to the house of Agradaa now. If he's going to live there for the rest of his life, he has to adjust and learn how to live in the house of gold and silver, as compared to a house of wood and straw. Mm-hmm. What was it? Yeah, and you'll be able to meet that king size. You'll be to meet that king size. None of them there. You'll be to meet that king size. No, so that so that's a game. We have to learn it. All right, thank you all very much. We've learned some lessons from Afia Schwar. Women are validated finally with marriage. It doesn't mean you can't produce property. If the opportunity comes, make it. But it makes a lot of sense when you help your husband in marriage than before marriage. Asiamah.
Help your husband in marriage.
Congratulations. Agradaa, congratulations. But let Asiamah take you to his house. If you can't live in his house, then come and let us know what we can do for both of you. But I wish you find a way to go and apologize to your spiritual father so that he will not pronounce any evil curse on you. He's not done wrong when he says wait small before you marry Asiamah. He didn't say start fornicating, but he's right for the sake of the ministry. For the sake of the ministry, Asiamah may be a wrong choice for you per the vision you have for the Church of God.
Amen. For I will stand for the truth and watching baby. Nothing then is minia. Sister Afia came in patch or it saying, Madam Munina say, Mobesha 2 hours, 40 minutes. God bless you. Yeah, was on the near was so sign. I mean, Shramo. Asiamah, counselor say, Bomodia, Nafa Agradaa, cool fee. So Agradaa se won to mens now chimbe ho, and a single room out behind moi. Bra social media be catch ye. Ni hu de ye beye. Afia Schwar, yes bema. unya bema wa brabuma oye complete enti emfuani ntu sika no niema wo so na bre wo ho ase pe bema eye wo ho so oba na hye nase na bema enkontruo wo kakra ai na wani ena ho na wani nte na de wuyi enye enitie nyankopon shamu nyina na seda God bless you pa enti ebusuafo ai de da ekoson ya eni pitri yede besi aheya na yako bibi eni a yebesan abehia biem. God bless us. Oh, me share rade me nkwa na nyina erade ayeye de ebi mpa menum da erade mu ena me kra behwehwa ne ho ahobrasiefo bete na wani age ti mone me nkanfo erade kese ye na yemum emma ne din so mahwehwe erade webu ami age me afini amisuo nyina mu. Psalm 34 verses 1 to 4.